Whenever I'm ready to add students and my students are all there, I'm going to open the class that applies to the students that I have in front of me. Remember, this is based on proximity, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. So when I first open, this is my main screen for Apple Classroom as a teacher. It will tell me my class name, it will show me my students in the lower portion in the white section, and then my actions will be at the top underneath the class name. When I choose Add Students, it is going to populate a signal and a code to all the different student iPads in my classroom. Within their settings, Classroom will then appear, and they will be able to choose Classroom and begin to populate themselves into my class. Remember, they will need to enter the 4-digit code as well as their name. As they do so, the student names will begin to populate in my class, and each time I do this, a new code will be generated. So I don't have to worry about the same code being used and students being able to just jump into my class without me knowing it. So I'm going to add these 3 students, and once I do, my iPad and their iPad will begin to communicate. The first thing you'll notice is that all students are going to show up, and if I need to remove a student from class, whether in the beginning or later throughout the semester, all I need to do is hold down on the student's name and Remove from Class will appear. Let's say that I have a new student who shows up maybe that same day or another day throughout the week, and I need to add a new student. I can add the student at any time. All I need to do is choose the Add button. You'll see the students that I've already created are already in the class, so I do not need to add them again. A brand new code has been populated. My iPad sends the signal out to all student devices, and those who may not have been able to get into the class or who are absent or are new, they will now be able to add the test class into their iPad. You'll see on my end that a new student has now been added. I will choose Add One Student, and that student now becomes a part of my class, and the same process will happen anytime I need to add a new student. If you have students who are running iOS 11, they will be able to add class and you'll be able to see them. If you have students who are running iOS 10.3.3, they can also be added to your class and they can interact with other students if they're running iOS 11. If a student is not running 10.3.3 or a version of iOS 11, they will not be able to interact with you during this experience, which is not really very many iPads in our system right now, but just to make a note of that in case you're curious.